Head tan, cold eye and collar, under the bottom we crawl.
The year is 30 AD. Jerusalem is boiling, not with war, but with something far more dangerous: expectation. The city is swollen with pilgrims for Passover, a festival that remembers liberation from empire, and Rome knows exactly what that memory can awaken. Soldiers line the streets, watching every movement, every gathering, every whisper that feels just a little too loud, because empires do not fear armies as much as they fear ideas. And somewhere in this city, a man is speaking about a kingdom that does not belong to Caesar. Within days, he will be arrested, tried, and executed in one of the most brutal displays of power the Roman world has ever perfected. But here is the question that history never stops asking. Was this truly a religious execution, or was it a political decision made in silence? By the time Jesus of Nazareth enters Jerusalem, Rome has already mastered control, not only through force, but through fear. Crucifixion is not just punishment, it is theater. It is a warning carved into flesh and lifted high above the road for everyone to see. This is what happens to those who challenge Rome. And yet Jesus does not look like a revolutionary. He carries no weapon, commands no army, holds no official position. What he has is something far more destabilizing: influence. Crowds gather wherever he goes, not because he promises power, but because he speaks with an authority that neither the religious elite nor the empire can easily explain. But influence is unpredictable, and unpredictability is dangerous. The religious leaders of Jerusalem feel that danger first. They operate under Roman oversight, holding on to a fragile balance of authority that could collapse at any moment. The temple is not just a sacred place, it is a political system. Order must be preserved at all costs, and Jesus is disrupting that order. He challenges interpretations, exposes hypocrisy, and draws attention away from those who have spent years building their influence. Every teaching increases tension, every crowd increases risk. Because in a city already charged with the memory of freedom, even the suggestion of a new kingdom can ignite something uncontrollable. And Rome does not wait for rebellion to begin, it prevents it. There is a pattern forming, though almost no one recognizes it fully at the time. A man enters the city to public acclaim. He is called king. He speaks of a kingdom. He disrupts economic activity in the temple. And all of this unfolds during Passover, the most politically sensitive moment of the year. To Rome, this is not coincidence. This is potential insurgency, and potential is enough. So the question begins to take shape among those in power, not who he is, but what he could become. The arrest does not happen in daylight. It happens at night, away from the crowds, away from the noise, away from the risk of resistance. That alone reveals everything. This is not about justice. This is about control. A man who speaks publicly is taken in secrecy because the greatest threat to power is not violence, it is persuasion. The trial that follows feels rushed, fragmented, pressured. Witnesses contradict each other. Accusations shift. The narrative refuses to stabilize. But stability is not the objective. Resolution is. Quickly, before the situation escalates, before the city wakes up and starts asking questions that cannot be controlled. And yet, even in this urgency, there is hesitation. Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor, is not easily moved. His role is simple: maintain order, prevent rebellion, protect Roman authority. But when Jesus is brought before him, something does not fit. There is no army, no weapons, no visible uprising, just a man, calm, composed, almost unsettling in his silence. So Pilate asks the only question that matters in Rome: "Are you the king of the Jews?"
It is not a religious question, it is political, because in Rome there is only one king. Any suggestion of another, even symbolic, is a direct challenge to Caesar. Jesus does not answer in a way that resolves the tension. He does not fully deny it, and he does not fully claim it. And that ambiguity creates a problem, because Rome cannot operate in uncertainty. It requires clarity, threat or no threat, guilty or not guilty, act or release. Pilate hesitates, and in that hesitation, pressure begins to rise. The crowd gathers, but this is no random assembly. Voices are amplified, accusations sharpened, urgency manufactured. If you release him, you are no friend of Caesar. The statement lands with precision. In the Roman world, loyalty to Caesar defines survival. To appear weak, to tolerate even the possibility of a rival, is to invite suspicion, and suspicion in Rome is often fatal. Now the situation is no longer about Jesus, it is about Pilate, his position, his future, his loyalty, his ability to control a region already known for unrest. The decision before him is no longer legal, it is strategic. Release the man and risk instability, or eliminate the uncertainty entirely. This is the moment where history shifts, not through war or spectacle, but through calculation. Pilate chooses order. The sentence is crucifixion, a punishment reserved for rebels and enemies of the state. It is not just execution, it is classification. Rome is declaring what this man represents. Whether he truly is a threat becomes irrelevant. What matters is what he might inspire, and inspiration in the wrong moment can destroy empires. The execution is public, deliberately so. The charge is displayed for all to see, King of the Jews. It is meant to mock, to diminish, to warn. But in doing so, Rome gives permanence to the very idea it seeks to suppress. The crowd watches, some in anger, some in confusion, many in silence. And Rome watches too, because this is where authority must be reaffirmed. The message is unmistakable. No rival will stand. No alternative kingdom will rise. Control has been restored. And yet something does not settle, because the man on the cross does not behave like a rebel. There is no resistance, no final defiance, no call to arms, only words, words of forgiveness, words that do not align with the narrative Rome is enforcing. And that is where the tension lingers, because Rome can control actions, but it cannot fully control meaning. In the days that follow, something unexpected begins to unfold. The story does not end, it spreads, quietly at first, then with increasing force, not through weapons, but through belief, not through power, but through conviction. The very influence Rome sought to eliminate begins to expand beyond its reach, and that raises a question that history cannot ignore. Did Rome eliminate a threat, or did it create something far more powerful? Because political decisions are made in moments, but their consequences unfold across centuries. Pilate chose stability, chose order, chose to protect his position within the empire, and in doing so, he participated in an execution that would outlive Rome itself. Empires are built on control, on the ability to define reality and enforce it. But every empire eventually encounters something it cannot fully suppress: an idea, a belief, a message that does not rely on force to survive. Jesus was not executed for leading an army. He was executed because he could have led something far more dangerous, because in a city on edge, during a volatile moment, with a growing following and a message about a kingdom, the risk was too great. And in the logic of empire, potential threat is treated as present danger. So the decision was made, quietly, strategically, irreversibly. And yet history has a way of unraveling decisions that once seemed absolute, because Rome is gone, its power faded, its authority dissolved, its legions turned to dust. But the story of that execution remains, not as a footnote, but as a turning point, a moment where power acted to preserve itself, and in doing so, may have accelerated the very thing it feared. Because influence does not always die with the individual. Sometimes it begins there. So the next time you think about the crucifixion, do not see it only as a religious moment. See it as a political decision, a calculated move by an empire trying to maintain control in a moment of uncertainty. And ask yourself, was it justice or was it strategy? If this changed the way you see history, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because some of the most important moments in history are not decided on battlefields, but in silence.